Aluminum steps, they're not going to corrode, they are durable, and I like that these are lit, so at night you're going to see your stairs a lot easier. There is outdoor speakers here as well, and I guess your awning's lit, but if you don't have your awning out, I'm noticing that there is no porch light on this trailer. So, not loving that because I like having my porch light, but you do have the stair light. Let's also talk about these windows. These are super popular windows these days, but they open this way, so that makes them not my favorite. I like a slider window that I can open up and get more flow through, but they look good.
They have a clean look though.
They have a really nice clean look, and obviously they wouldn't be doing them on their own trailers if they weren't super popular. So people like these, and yeah, they're tinted, they're good for the sun. This is a friction door, so it's not attached back here. There's nothing, but it stays in place. You're not going to slam it, it's not going to get caught in the wind and pull back, but it just stays in place. So that's kind of nice. You don't have to worry about hooking it or unhooking it. It's got a good screen door. That's nice too. I've noticed though that doesn't click in quite as good as it should. Grab bar for getting up the stairs, so come on in, let's go. Come on in, I'll show you around. So in general, the features in this trailer are nice. It's a fairly light cabinetry, fairly light colors. The upholstery is leather-like. This is a fairly nice looking trailer. What I really like about it is back here. This is a great kitchen, sort of. I love all this countertop space. Love it, love it, love it. This is a really good counter because there's no seam in it, so you're not gonna find water dripping off and the seam or the edge flaking away and your countertop being ruined. This is a very nice countertop. I love the windows that are here. The windows throughout this trailer are really good. This is a nice sink. Want to come take a look closer? It looks good. It's deep. It's functional. This is a good tap. It's high. It pulls out. Very nice tap. What I don't like about this sink is this. This needs to be split in two. Often you want the extra countertop space, but you still need part of your sink. We have seen it split in two, so that would be what I would ask.
In a Cougar model.
In a Cougar model, we've seen it split in two, so I know you can get it. So that would be a problem. Then comes the biggest problem with this kitchen, because I love the layout, I love the countertop, I love everything. There is next to no cabinet space. One spot, which also has all your plumbing in it. Nothing here, and the reason for that is that your outdoor kitchen's over there, but nothing there. No pots and pans, no drawers, except for you get over here, and now you find your drawers. Well, they're stuck in here with this chair, so you can't even really get at them, and they're really small, so not liking those. So you do have these uppers. That's nice, but they're so freaking high and deep, I can't reach anything in them anyways. So I mean, in order for me to use these, I would have to put some bins in there that I could then grab the bin and pull out. But to me, it's a lot of wasted space. I can't reach anything back there. It's not usable. So that's unfortunate, because this is a really great kitchen. And if they just put these drawers over here, they would be so much more functional. So next I want to talk about the appliances. So you've got a fairly small microwave, but that's okay because you've got an oven as well. And you know, there are the ovens, they're small, but you can do what you need to do in there. You can bake, you can make a roast. So I really like that. 3-burner propane stove. I really like that because I only have 2 burners and it's a pain in the butt. 3 is just right. And they do have a cover over top, so it folds down. You can cut on that. It's a nice stove. Refrigerator, I believe, is a 10 cubic foot refrigerator. Pretty spacious, but really too high for me. Like this is an ordeal for me to reach in there. So you know, it's a give and take. When you go with a bigger fridge, it gets taller. I would rather them go a little lower, but for whatever reason, the way they're making them, that's the way it is. For those of you that aren't challenged by height, this is a pretty good refrigerator.
This will do.
I like this in that there's lots of room in the pantry. Although I'd like some pull-outs, because you still have to reach way the heck back there, but there is lots of space. Something I think is not so good about this is every time you open this cabin door, you're hitting the slide. So that's not such a good thing, because your cabinet door is going to end up getting dinged in. So the other thing about this slide, I mean, it's huge, it's got nice stuff in it, it opens the space up, but when you close this, it's going to come into, oh, I'd say about here, hey?
Yeah.
So, you're stopped at the rest area, you come in, you want to get into your kitchen, you squeeze by, that's okay, that happens all the time, you squeeze by, you're in your kitchen, but guess what? You can't get into your fridge. You've gone to the parking lot, bought the groceries, you've loaded them in, you can't get them in the fridge unless you open the slide. So that's a bit of an annoying thing. And a good point to look at no matter what trailer you're looking at is when it's closed up, what can you access? You can access the bathroom in this trailer, so that's a good thing. You could get to your sink, you could get to your microwave, you just can't get into your fridge. So, other features here, nice big windows throughout, loving these drawers. They're fairly deep and they go all the way back. So this makes it so that you don't have to open a door and reach in there. You don't have to lift up the cushions to get back there. So it's quite accessible space. Cushions are pretty good. These are just not my favorite type that are just sort of tucked in here. I've seen others with Velcro that I liked better.
You could probably put Velcro on those.
You probably could. I like this table because I like this kind of stability in it. And then you just take that down and it sits down, folds out, put your cushions in, and you've got a bed. So the thing I'm not really in love with is that this table does have a seam around it, but you know, I think it is what it is. It would be nice if they'd made it like the countertop, but they didn't. We've got carpeting here, which they say has underlay. Doesn't really feel like much of underlay if it is there. But they do wrap these slides in an astrofoil so that it's a reflective technology and it supposedly reflects the heat or the cooling back into the unit. So that helps to keep the slide insulated well too, or so they say. I prefer not to have carpet in an RV anyways, but it's there and it's just one more thing for you to clean up. So on top of the dinette making into a bed, so does this couch, and it just all folds out. A little tight, I think, up against these chairs here, but it is a pretty comfortable bed. And so you can essentially see that it's 6 in here. Oh, again, notice all the beautiful windows throughout. Your entertainment center has a big TV, USB ports, storage. So these are pretty comfy, a little soft in here because I'm not weighing that much, but they do recline. Good for watching. So this is pretty squishy, and I'm thinking someone older than me might not, or not old, someone heavier than me might find this not as comfortable. But you could switch these out, I'm sure, and make it a little more spacious. You've got storage up above, be tough to get at, and then you've got this annoying drawer system down here that is hard to access. Okay, come on through and we'll take a look at the bathroom. This is an interesting bathroom because it's kind of like an ensuite, so that makes it quite large. We can both fit in here. There's lots of room for dressing.
Oh, no food or drink. I got a
They
food
have
coffee.
the nice shower. It's quite tall. It's fairly spacious. Plasticky. You could replace all that though if you wanted something more substantial. Over here to the vanity. This is a pretty decent sized vanity. You've got room to put your stuff. Plastic sink, plastic, but I mean that's pretty standard too. Good storage. Bit too high of a vanity for us, but you know, depending on who you are. Plastic toilet, I think. Oops. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. We'd have to look that up because it kind of feels plastic. And a good foot flush, so I like that. Extra storage all the way along, and this is actually in a slide, so that's quite nice. I love this extra storage. So worth it to put that slide in. It's just for filming purposes, you need to know that this slide is not all the way out. So when it's all the way out, it'll be closer to the wall and there'll be more walking space. So there is a privacy door on this bathroom here, which has some sort of locking mechanism on it, I think, because it's not moving at the moment. But it's you know, it's not a solid core door or anything, but it's good for privacy, better than a curtain or anything like that. You also have your ducting for your AC. You've got a good vent in here, and right beneath you, Corey, is the heating duct. So you do have all the air exchange in the bathroom, and I think that's a really good thing. So you've got that same storage in the slide carried on into the bedroom. So this is holy cow storage.
Mm-hmm.
I love this.
When you're traveling, you don't need bump out.
No.
As well, you've got storage here, and you've got a cubby down there for your drink or your phone or whatever you need at night. Come on through. I'm thinking they're calling this bed a king. So it's wide enough for a king. The problem with RV kings or queens is they are often not true in their length. So for those of you who feel you need the extra space on a king, beware, you're not going to get the extra length. So that's unfortunate. This bedroom does give you room to walk around all three sides, so you can make the bed easier. You've got a little more space. There's quite a bit of storage throughout. It's nice to look at. It's nice. Decent window coverings. Nice floor. It's got venting for heat. It also has ducting for the AC and your own vent. If you so choose, there's satellite hookups in here. There's electrical. I'm just looking to see if, oh yeah, there's USB ports up in that little cabinet thing in the above the head. So that gives you lots of charging space. And then, what's that? You want me to open that?
Got a nice big.
So there's even more cabinetry. Like this trailer really does have a lot of storage. We should check under the bed too.
Yeah,
Let me lift that. So
cool.
More storage there. Okay. And then on our way back out the door, because you can just walk away around, again, not a solid core door, but it's good. It's better than a curtain. And it gives you the privacy that you need. Okay, so we also want to go over all of the numbers in detail with you. So this is a 30RKS, which has an actual length with the hitch of 34.9 and a dry rate of 72.30 with cargo carrying capacity of 22.10. So that's a pretty decent amount of cargo carrying capacity. It has two gray tanks equaling 76 gallons between the two. It's got a 60-gallon freshwater and a 30 black. So those are pretty decent amount of space in your tanks. It has a 15,000 BTU AC, which is ducted throughout. It, I believe, has a 30,000 BTU furnace, and it has a hot water heater that's about 6 gallons and recovers at what?
I think I believe 18 gallons per hour, so like 3 cycles
In an hour that it'll recover. So that seems to be pretty standard as well. I think any other numbers we need to cover? They say you can pull this with a half ton, and it probably can be done, but the question is going to be how comfortable is that for you and where are you going with it. So that's something you would want to figure out
Look at the
yourself.
truck rating.
Yeah, look at the truck rating
decide that.
and make sure that you're not right on the limit, because that could be a challenge for you. It's a nice trailer, has some pros and cons to it, but really they say Cougars are the #1 rated trailer. They're selling something like 4 to 1, but remember, a salesman told me that. So take everything with a grain of salt, but it is a very nice trailer. So we're going to put it all together and we'll give you some more information. So we're here with our final thoughts on the Cougar 30RKS trailer. I think what's important for you guys to know is that these are just our opinions on our likes and dislikes based on our priorities. So super important that you guys look at the review, know what your priorities are and what's important to you, and then make your own choices. So we're just going to tell you what we liked about it.
Things that I liked about this trailer, the cargo carrying capacity, because of the GVW, it gives you a generous cargo carrying capacity on this model. I like that it has 4 self-leveling electric jacks. I like that it has a rack on the back of the trailer for extra things. I like that it had insulated valves and tanks, and generous sized tanks.
Okay. I liked that when you walk into this trailer, it does have a wow factor to it. And that kitchen countertop is, holy cow, it's just so big and expansive, and it makes that kitchen just look wonderful. So I really liked that. There's a lot of windows in this trailer too, and I like natural light, and so I really liked those. And then I also liked the bedroom storage. There's a slide in there that kind of goes between the bathroom and the bedroom, and it just adds so much extra storage, and I love storage. So what were your dislikes?
Well, although I think this is a fairly well-built trailer, I think some of the techniques they use aren't at the highest end of the techniques that could be used. I didn't like that it has 2 gray tanks, therefore you'd have to hook up 2 hoses to drain it. I don't like the fact that it, again, doesn't have rock guard on the front.
Right.
How about you?
Well, my dislikes were a little more. Obviously, I didn't like the storage and countertop space at the outdoor kitchen, because those are just important things to me. And then I was so disappointed in that wow factor kitchen because there's so little storage.
Yeah.
And then the only drawers that are there are placed in that ridiculous spot, and I just feel like they're just so wasteful. So that drove me kind of nuts about it. And then the other thing was that when the slide comes in, you don't have access to your fridge or your pantry.
Right.
So that wow factor just all
Gets
went
taken
down
away.
the drain on that, you know. So those were the big ones. But then I also, I didn't like that the mattress wasn't a true king or a residential
they're
king.
shorter.
Yeah, it's wide as a king, but it's not as
I
long
like to
as
have my leg room.
right.
So that is, I could see that being a big problem.
Right. You recognize that we could sleep sideways in that bed?
I just like my leg room.
Okay. Maybe you would get more leg room if we
Might
slept
be going
sideways.
sideways, might be better, yeah.
So anyways, overall, I think this is a decent trailer. I don't think it's the best family friendly. Probably a good trailer for snowbirds.
Yeah, I would think so, yeah.
I think it's probably a better trailer for someone who's going to stay put.
Right.
Their slide's going to be open longer.
They can hook up and be done.
Be done. Like,
Yeah.
because the 2 tanks aren't a big deal unless you're regularly dumping and unhooking
Yeah.
and doing that whole thing. So, you know, for us, this would be a no. Although I love it, I love the way it looked, it would be a no because we're on the road a lot. We like to be on the move. So that slide being in, that lack of access,
Yeah.
and the hooking up just wouldn't work for
Yeah.
us. Families, you could I could see grandparents bringing grandchildren along for short periods, that kind of thing.
Yeah,
but you
there
would
is
have to
room,
make
but
up
you'd have to
beds.
make up a bed. Yeah.
Yeah. So does size matter on this one?
Well, it does on the mattress, like I explained. I don't know that it does in the kitchen because you got a great big kitchen, yet it's lacking functionality still.
Right.
So I would almost rather have a slightly smaller kitchen that was more functional.
Right.
So maybe size.
Size might matter with this one.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Right.
Well, you know, whatever you choose, if this is your trailer, then I say good for you.
And enjoy it.
Hitch up and go have some fun.
We'll see you on the road.